तितलियां बंवरे नशेमन गुलिस्तां फसले बहार, कैसे कैसे जहन में मंजर लिए फिरते हैं हम। इन परिंदों को दरख्तों पर बसेरा चाहिए था, जिन्हें ये वहम बालों पर लिए फिरते हैं हम। वॉइस ऑफ इंडिया रेडियो पे आपका हार्दिक स्वागत है। मैं हूं योगराज गुप्ता। आप सबको मेरा आदाब, नमस्कार और प्यार भरी सत श्री अकाल। प्रोग्राम में मेरे साथ तशरीफ़ फरमा मोहतरमा शारन तापिया। शारन जी, आपका हम वॉइस ऑफ इंडिया पे हार्दिक स्वागत करते हैं।
थैंक यू
शारन जी, आप एक अरसा से अपनी कम्युनिटी की खिदमत में बड़े शाने बिशाने रहे हैं। मैं चाहूँगा कि आप बानी हैं एशियन वुमेन विनिपेग के, इस संस्था के बारे में हमें पहले बताएं, थोड़ी जानकारी दें।
Asian Women of Winnipeg, we actually made it in 2014, launch किया था
हिंदी में।
हाँ जी।
अच्छा।
And it's a non-profit organization,
अच्छा।
and our focus is to promote womenhood, and recognize achievements of Asian women.
अच्छा।
Connect our kids to our culture. We started with, I believe, one program which was Mother's Day.
अच्छा।
And then we slowly adapted to International Women Day, where we are recognizing the accomplishment of Asian women who made a dent in this global community. And then we slowly started doing something for the charity, for Salom Mission, or fundraiser for women organization. And then we also started doing celebrating Lori Mela. And the main reason was it's a celebration of birth of girls.
अच्छा।
You know, जैसे आपको पता है कि mostly we celebrate Lori to celebrate the birth of a boy.
The family, yeah.
And we thought this time has come to recognize that girls are equally important.
That's true.
So that's where we were as an organization, and we're participating in many other activities too within other communities. I believe recently, last year we did Desi Fest, which was a joint project with 16 different communities.
Achha.
This was the exchange of culture.
So all Asian
not all Asian, non-Asians too. We just gave invitation to all the organization. We wanted to actually have at least 5 or 10. Our goal was to celebrate Manitoba 150 with 15 organizations.
Achha,
but when we sent the
invitation to different...
So we got a really good response from all the different organizations. We had 16 last year. So we thought we got 16 last year. We're going to have maybe 25 on Manitoba 150. But because of COVID,
COVID की वजह
all the celebrations
everything got postponed. अच्छा।
So
तो उसका क्या effect रहा फिर?
Due to COVID, I think we end up actually celebrating only Lori Mela this year.
It was before.
It was in
COVID.
January,
yeah.
And I think International Women Day we end up postponing.
It was
a week before.
Yeah.
That's when everything started shutting off. And then we postponed everything till next year.
Till the situation improved.
Yeah. So we cancelled International Women Day. Our tickets were sold. People are still holding our tickets, and we will honor them. People who bought.
नहीं, आपके काफी अच्छे स्पॉन्सर भी थे आपका, इतने बड़ी.
Oh yeah, definitely. Without sponsors we cannot do anything. We are not getting any money from anyone to celebrate or host these events. These are big events. And Clay Oven was the sponsor for our International Women Day, so they cooperated with us as well. So we end up postponing now till next year. And then same thing with Desi Fest, everything postponed. We couldn't do any function. The only thing I think we will be doing is maybe a dinner for Salom Mission.
Achha.
We usually raise fund for Salom Mission every year for one hot dinner in December. So I think as an organization, I'm sure...
Just to give a little feeling.
Yes, and I think that's the only thing we will not postpone. We did deliver a dinner for the staff. Because of the COVID, they were not taking any volunteers as an organization. We wanted to go and help them out. But they said they stopped taking any volunteers. So only staff is working day and night. So from our organization, we just end up sending them one dinner just for the staff. and also for the Winnipeg harvest, we did. We provide them one lunch to all the volunteers.
नहीं, ऐसी ऑर्गेनाइजेशन से हार्वेस्ट हुई या सैलो मिशन हुआ, इसमें जो वॉलंटियर है वो क्या क्या व्हाट दे कंट्रीब्यूट, क्या करते हैं वहाँ? वो फूड डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन करते हैं, हेल्प देम, और दे हेल्प इन प्रिपेयरिंग द फूड और व्हाट?
Slow mission में, the staff is preparing the food for homeless people.
Okay.
So other people are donating food items, or or the government is helping. So they are still feeding 500 people every day, breakfast, lunch and dinner.
So,
and the staff is constantly working, rotating their shift.
तो उनकी शेल्टर का
every day for 500 people you have to prepare a meal is so much work. So salute to those staff members who are constantly doing their job, plus all the work which were voluntary were doing. They are doing it. They are doing it. Homeless people has to eat as well, so they are working extra hard. So
that's very unfortunate. Yeah. How many are homeless people? There are quite a bit in Winnipeg.
Quite a bit, yes. Yes.
So they provide them a shelter in winter time?
I believe they provide shelter as well. Recently they got another building, so where they are going to, I think, accommodate more beds for those people.
Achha.
That is another issue we need to talk to, raise our voice to bring awareness with this government. They should. We are helping so many refugees. We are helping people in other countries who are suffering. I think time has come that we should look in our own house and see our own people are suffering and they don't have a home, they don't have food. And Slow Mission is just one organization.
Example, yeah.
And there are many where people are feeding the homeless people. And such a shame that we take things granted and those people don't even know what they're going to have for lunch, what they're going to have for supper. And the gratitude they show when they eat or take their plate, and you can really cry.
कितना different लगता है.
It's very painful scene to see. When we went first time, Slow Mission, my daughter actually volunteered a lot for that organization. I never went before. And then one year we decided instead of women's shelter, we should do something for Siloam.
Achha.
One of my colleagues actually in real estate, she was a homeless herself. Long time ago.
Oh, really?
And she used to go to Slow Mission for supper, lunch, whatever. And she shared her story. I mean, she's in real estate now. She's one of the top realtor in Winnipeg. And I couldn't believe her story. And that really touched my heart.
She has gone through, yeah.
Yes. So because I'm always involved, I should say, and because for the last 2-3 years I haven't been contributing that much, but I used to volunteer.
No, I have been seeing you for so
from
many years.
2004 since
कई सालों से मैं देख रहा हूँ आपकी involvement.
Many organizations, but since I became a realtor, I started working with the Winnipeg Real Estate Board as well, because they were always raising funds for homeless people and for a women's shelter. And when she told me that story, I think that time we were helping Slow Mission too. And then, that was back in my head. I said, what, we're going to do something for Slow Mission. And then we went and prepared a nice lunch. We made vegetarian biryani. We made bread.
So there's no restriction?
You can do anything, yes.
Veggie or non-veggie, there's no such thing. Okay. Yeah. No, tell me something about the harvest. What kind of
Winnipeg harvest actually, during COVID, we were just, person like me, I hardly watch news. I don't want to watch news. If there is anything important, we'll want to find out anyway. So I always avoid. But since COVID started, we end up watching news every day. And then we came to know that Winnipeg Harvest, they are helping so many people. And they were still having volunteers every shift, 40 volunteers. The one permanently coming there regularly. They coming there every shift, like in the morning, afternoon, and in the evening. So they are sorting out food, sending it to different food banks, and the people who cannot come, they were delivering the food. And I met so many.
I gone through the similar experience with the harvest one time.
It was
I cried on that day, honestly, to see.
Yeah, unbelievable. They were working like it's a completely
food
different environment.
And the food distribution.
Yes.
And when I see people line up and when you distribute, you really.
It was a huge.
How grateful.
Big job they're doing.
Yeah. How lucky and blessed we are to see.
Yes.
how, you know.
Yeah. So I think this is when you rise above your own problems and community problems, and
Our
you
problem
see
is nothing.
yes, then it's nothing. Then you realize, oh my God, look, we came with, let's say, $20 in our hand, and we made a good life. You know, we are living in a good house. We're driving good cars, and look, people here who never had that kind of opportunity,
yeah.
or maybe they were never motivated, because we came with the motivation that we want a better life, and you get what you want, and you work hard for that.
Yeah, you put your effort, you get
Yes.
it.
So I really, it's a strange thing to see that people who are born in this country, this is a country of opportunities. If people like us, you know, whose language is second language, English second language, we are learning the law, we are learning the rules and
Canadian way of
regulation,
life,
and studying, completing different courses. You know, even getting a driving license is a big thing coming from different country. And people who are here, I don't know why they are not working hard to get a better life. Why, where the motivation is lacking.
What is it lacking? Yeah.
Why they are not getting inspired? I mean, why are they in that position?
Is that lack of funding or lack of help from the government?
When you listen to the government, they are giving millions. You know, they are giving millions. They are giving million here.
But where the money goes?
I really don't understand where the money is going, because still we are feeding, like only slow mission feeding 500 people 3 times a day. That's a 1,500 people you are feeding. It's not a joke. And how many other organizations? And if you go to Winnipeg Harvest, you will not believe how many families they are feeding. So if the government is helping, and people are so generous, they are giving donations. People like us who are nothing in this whole picture, we are like a tiny people, not even tiny, I should say. We are like,
you mean our contribution,
like a sand, you know. Our contribution is so low, and people are giving millions of dollars, and still this problem is not being solved. I have no idea.
शायद एक आखिर में मुझे ये बात बताओ, ये शाला मिशन हार्वेस्ट में जो आपने खुद वॉलंटियर काम किया, एशियन उनमें हैं?
Many people from different countries, definitely. And it's very overwhelming to see people from different religion, different background, different countries, different cultures coming all together and helping the Winnipeggers, helping the Manitobans. What we did is nothing.
नहीं, अब ऐसे काम में जब आप कंट्रीब्यूट करते हो, जो आपको सेटिस्फेक्शन मिलती है, उसके बारे में थोड़ा बताओ ना।
Satisfaction milti hai. That's why we go there and do these things. I think this is like a real seva. Instead of going in the mandir or gurdwara or wherever,
nothing stop you going mandir
yes,
or gurdwara. Yeah,
you know, like we are going help, because that's what we used to do. That's what our parents told us, go and do seva, because we always consider going there is seva. But after so long, I realized the real seva is to feed, because langar started to feed hungry people. Now we are having fun in the gurdwaras, you know, mandirs, you know, we are having 7-course meal there. I mean, that's God's blessing too, but at the same time, people who cannot afford to have a cereal, right, or have a toast, is such a heartbreaking thing to see. But I think consider that's a real seva. So that's giving me, let's say, satisfaction, and bring me to the ground level to be thankful what we got. And that's the only reason I go there.
शारन जी, बहुत बहुत शुक्रिया, बड़े अच्छे मौजू पे हमने बात की और आपने बड़ी अच्छी फीडबैक दी। वॉइस ऑफ इंडिया पे आने के लिए आपका बहुत बहुत शुक्रिया।
Thank you so much, Gupta ji. Thank you for having us.